everybody, thank you so much for coming to our tree planting day. And I'd like to acknowledge the Dharawal people as the original custodians of this land. And it's land on which we play and learn, and today land on which we're going to plant lots of trees. And I'd like to introduce you to John D, who's been a wonderful friend to the preschool this year and helping us getting this project underway. And his daughter's here today too, Estelle. Thank you for coming too, Estelle. Thanks, John.
Thanks, Catherine. Hello, everybody. How are you? Who wants to plant, hands up, who wants to plant trees today? Yay! Well, we're going to have a lot of fun today because behind you, we've gone and put in over 1,000 native trees and shrubs and grasses. And you know what the great thing is, what you're going to do today, you won't just be making this park look really beautiful. What we're also going to be doing is providing food and shelter for all the local birds and wildlife. So it's going to make a really big difference for the environment. Yeah, isn't that great? So what we're going to do now, Brad, put your hand up. Brad's behind us. Here he is. Now, Brad and I are going to show you how to plant the trees and shrubs and grasses, okay? Now, it's really, really important that you take your time when we plant the trees, okay? So don't just lay them on top. We're going to show you close up. We're going to take you into small groups, but it's really important that your hole that you dig is big enough to put this in, okay? You've got to make sure for this one, the hole has got to be about that big, okay? It's really important you dig a proper hole and don't just squash it in. And then when you put it back in, make sure that it's fully covered by soil, okay? Now we're going to show you this one-on-one, and that way make it easy for you to do it. But please don't rush. We've got quite a lot of time. There's a lot of us. So we're going to be planting about 10 trees and shrubs and grasses each. Who's up for planting 10 of those each? Yeah? You want to plant more? Well, if someone gets tired, then you can take over, okay? Great, so we've got them all behind us. Are we going to plant all of them today? Yeah? Who loves Tree Day? Yay! Okay, then let's go, everyone. We're going to turn around. Let's head over there and we're going to start planting, okay? Brad, you take charge. Oh, is that the right hand? No, that one.
Let's just wait till we've had
hands on. There you go, man.
I'm highly intelligent.
And that one as well? Good boy.
I'm a girl.
Oh, girl, sorry. I didn't realise. I'm a city, aren't I? You know what? I should have my glasses on. Of course you're a girl. You've got lovely eyes. Are you? Well, that's very good. Now, who's got... Thank you, Estelle. All right, well, come with me. Oh, you can't put your fingers in.
Yeah, sometimes it's a bit...
Uh-oh. Hold on. Okay, guys. Hold your picks low on the ground. Hold it down. Hold your pick down like that, guys. So you don't... Up. Hold your pick like that. Come and watch.
I'm watching.
Okay, now is everybody watching?
Yes.
All right, now what this is mulch.
We're taking a group at a time.
Yeah, well, no, I'll do a group, you do a group. Yeah.
I got them.
So this, do you know what this is, guys?
Yeah.
This is mulch. All right, so we need to make sure we pull this back so we go near the tree. So this stops all the water evaporating. So what I'm going to do, make sure you do this, okay? Let's dig a little hole. Now we've got to dig a hole about that big, okay? So we take our time with hand, okay? So let's just dig this hole and I'll hold it, I'll pull this out, okay? So let's do that. I'll show you the first one.
Can I hold the tree for you?
You can hold the tree for me, thank you.
Can I hold the one in the tree?
You can hold that tree. You can. You hold that.
Wow.
Isn't it fun?
Big like my tree.
It's going to be very big when it grows up like you.
Yes, big like it.
Now, who's holding my tree? You're holding my tree, aren't you? Now, let's have a look.
Now
Is that deep enough? No, can you see it needs to go a little bit more, guys? That's not quite high enough, is it? Hold on, is everyone watching? That's not quite high enough, so let's put a little bit more.
Oh, I just saw something. Do you find dinosaur bone?
No, because sometimes you do cut dog bones, you know. Bit more, tiny bit more, and then we're done. So can you see? Now, can you see? It's slow. You don't want to go too fast. We're going to be here for quite a while. Right, there we go. That's now definitely right. Now let me show you this. What you do with that, right? You squash it. Can you see what I'm doing? You squash it like that.
Are you going to break it?
because what we've got to do is we've got to get the seedling out of
Are you
this.
not going to break the tree?
No, we're not. This tree is is everyone watching? So squash it like this, right? And then look at this. See my hand? I hold it like that. Ready? And then you put your hand like that, and you turn it upside down. And because I've squashed it, you know what happens? Ta-da! There you go. Now, what we do really gently, right, is just squash it a little bit so it becomes a little bit loose. And that makes the tree, it makes it easy for the tree to, you know, to get settled. Now let's put it in like that, and then very slowly put in the soil all around it, okay?
So it can grow?
So it can grow, and we need to make sure that the soil totally covers the seedling.
And every day you need to drink water.
You do need to drink water, and you know what? When we finished, we're going to go around and we're going to water all of this. Now, can you see? Very gently, guys, you listening? Very gently push down on the seedling like that. Now, can you see? This is all soil. Now, once you've done that, get the mulch and just put the mulch around like that. Imagine you're tucking it into bed, okay? So you do that. Does anyone want to ask any questions?
You have to give it water?
We're going to give it water. Once you've planted it, then we're going to water them all at one time. What would you like to ask?
Is it actually hard to do it?
Look, the soil is a bit hard, but take your time, okay? And use that to dig out the big amount of soil. And then if it gets too hard, use this end here, okay? So when we're going to use it, that end is very good to get lots of soil out. If it gets a bit tough, use that end, okay? Because that will loosen it up. But make sure you keep your hand away from this, okay? So when you're putting it in, we don't want anyone hurting their hands, okay? Now, I'm going to be around. My name is John. If you have any questions, you're going to ask me, okay? And I'll come and help you. What would you like to ask?
Why are we going to plant?
We're going to plant as many as we can, but this is your area, okay? So you're going to take responsibility for this. And should we go and help the birds and the animals now and get the trees in the ground? Now keep that down, darling, because you don't want that going in someone's eye. Keep it down like that.
I'll send you an older key group and then we'll come.
Okay, all right.
Kindy, listen. Leave your pickaxes where they are. We're going to give them to the older kids.
Yeah. And then, so we're going to go and teach the other older kids, and then you're going to plant together. Okay, now you ready to watch and learn?
Yes.
Okay. Now, let's have a look at this tree here, this seedling here. Now, who's going to lend me a pickaxe? Thank you. Now, guys, keep them low like that, all right? And make sure you don't hit anyone on the leg with that, because that will really hurt, okay? Now, here's one we've just planted. Guys, come around, please. Guys, no talking. Hey, guys, who's going to be here? So what we need to do, guys, is clear the hole. So we need to find the soil, okay? There's the soil, okay? So we need to make sure that's what we're going to dig into, right? So we need to think, see that? That's how deep we need to go with the hole, okay? You got it? Right, now this end is for kind of loosening up the soil, okay? This is very good for when the soil is a bit hard to get into. Now once you've loosened it up, then you go for that end, okay? And let's dig it out. Let's start digging a hole. Now, take your time, because we don't want anyone to get hurt with the pickaxes. Or can you feel that? So you're occasionally going to come across a big stone or a little bit of rock. Oh, look at that. You can see it. Yep. There we go. Now, sometimes if you come across a bit of rock that you just can't get past, put the hole next to it, okay? Now, is that deep enough? No, not quite. Let's go for a little bit more. See, I'm now digging up that rock that's there. Now, that is definitely deep enough. Now, here's the trick, okay? See this?
Yep.
We need to get the seedling out of this. Now, what you do is you squeeze it at the edges like that, okay? You see that? Now, you can be a bit rough with it. It's okay. The seedling will be okay. Now, here's the magic bit. See that? You do that. All right? Put it like that. Put it around the top like that. Squeeze your fingers together. Turn it upside down. Ta-da! Okay? Now, you loosen this really gently, guys, okay? Because we need to make sure the roots are a little bit loose. It'll make it easier for the seedling to grow. Now, turn that upside down. Put that in the ground. Can you see that that is at ground level, okay? And then what we do is let's put the soil back in and be gentle. Put it around the outside like that. Okay. There we go. It's up to 75% of water evaporation, so it keeps the water with the roots. Okay? So that's how to do it. Now what we need you to do is to keep an eye on the little kids, okay? So as much as you're planting yourself, why not get yourself a little kid to help you, okay? So why don't you all get one little